The woman sitting on the curb was worth $800 million, but she couldn't remember her own name. And that's just the kind of sentence that'll make you stop dead in your tracks, right? 17-year-old Jamal Washington, meanwhile, had exactly $37 to his name and about 3 days to help his mom make rent, or they'd all be out on the street. So the last thing he needed was to get tangled up with a confused stranger in downtown Chicago, especially when he was already running late for the only college fair that might actually change the course of his entire life. But that's how fate works, you know? One second you're just a kid trying to keep your family's heads above water. The next you're standing in the rain, looking at a trembling woman clutching a leather portfolio like it's a life preserver. Her designer coat soaked straight through, ignored by a whole army of business people in $1,000 suits who won't even meet her eyes. Jamal almost keeps walking, really does, because the weight of his mom's latest text, landlord called again. Need $400 by Friday or we're out. Feels heavier than his old backpack, and the cracked ceiling at home and his sister's acceptance letter taped above the pull-out couch keep replaying in his mind like a broken record. Maya wants to be a nurse, always has, ever since she was 8, and their mom came home with aching feet and stories about people who needed someone to care. Dreams cost money, though, and money doesn't rain down in places like this. So Jamal's been running on empty for a while, working 20 hours a week at Rodriguez Auto Repair, splitting toast for breakfast, helping Maya with calculus at night, doing mental math that never adds up, not when tuition and rent keep sprinting ahead of every paycheck. That's why, when he sees the woman huddled by the curb, silver hair a mess, mascara smeared, expensive shoes ruined by puddles, he just stops. It's instinct, something about her, maybe the way her hands shake, maybe how lost she looks, maybe the way people seem to bend reality around her like she's invisible. "Ma'am, are you okay?" Jamal asks, careful and gentle, not wanting to scare her. She looks up at him, eyes wide, the rain running down her cheeks, almost like tears, and says, "I'm supposed to be somewhere important, but I can't remember where." And right there, just like that, everything pivots. This isn't just a rich lady having a bad day. This is somebody who needs help, and despite everything Jamal's going through, despite being late for what might be his only shot at college, despite being down to his last $37, he can't walk away. "You're not invisible," he says. And as the words leave his mouth, something changes between them, like the city goes quiet for just a beat, long enough for both of them to realize they're in this moment together now. The next hour unfolds like a slow-motion movie scene. Jamal walks her into Cornerstone Cafe, fancier than anywhere he's ever been. But he acts like he belongs there, orders hot tea and a muffin with most of his lunch money, watches the color creep back into her cheeks. He tries to piece together who she is. Her name, Ellen Crawford, comes out uncertain, like she's testing it, and her portfolio has blueprints and documents with numbers Jamal can't even imagine. Her phone lights up with missed calls: boardroom, security, David assistant. Jamal's not dumb. He Googles her company and realizes, holy crap, she's the CEO behind a billion-dollar affordable housing project all over the news. And today, this very day, she's supposed to present to City Council, approve a project that'll give 2,400 families a place to live. Without her, it all falls apart. But Ellen's confusion is getting worse. She's scared, almost panicking at the mention of hospitals. Jamal realizes she's got no one right now but him. So he calls her assistant from her phone. David, frantic and grateful, arrives within minutes. He looks at Ellen like she's family, not a boss. And Jamal suddenly feels the weight of the momentum standing between an $800 million project and disaster. Twist comes here, because while Jamal waits in the cafe, flipping through Ellen's papers, he realizes he actually understands the numbers, the jobs, the families, the construction costs, because this is his life. His mom's worked herself into exhaustion just to keep a roof over their heads. His friends bounce from couch to couch. Every broken-down car means missed shifts, missed meals, missed chances. So when David panics that Ellen can't do the presentation, Jamal steps up. "I've read the proposal. I get it. Let me help." And as wild as it sounds, they listen. In the company Mercedes, Jamal briefs Ellen, helps her piece together her speech, talks her through the key points with the calm of a kid who's spent his life translating crisis into action. By the time they hit City Hall, Ellen's standing tall, her voice steady. You built this company from nothing, Jamal says. You know what to do. Just trust yourself. The doors closed behind her, and Jamal's left outside, checking his phone. 17 missed calls from his guidance counselor, his mom wondering where he is. College fair's over. His one shot gone. But then Ellen comes out confident, alive, project approved unanimously. She's crying, hugging Jamal, offering him a check he won't take. I did it because it was right, he says, and she looks at him like he's the last honest man in the city. She gives him a business car, not hers, but her late grandson's, Jonathan Crawford, automotive engineer, along with a silver wrench keychain. He believed in helping people, she says. You remind me of him. Days blur. Jamal's back at the auto shop, thinking it's all over, that maybe this was just a strange, bright detour. Team McKay Sarah Mitchell, head of engineering, wants to interview him. Someone's nominated him for a full ride. Before he knows it, he's in the lobby of Crawford Innovation Labs, shaking hands with Dr. Torres, walking through hallways lined with awards for real innovations, cars for real families, not toys for the rich. He sees Jonathan's office, blueprints everywhere, photos of a young black engineer who could be his brother. When Ellen arrives, she's all business, but her eyes are warm. She tells him, "We want you. Full scholarship, internships, job after graduation. Not charity, but because you get itty, you know what's at stake." Jamal's life flips. Maya gets her nursing scholarship, his mom gets help with expenses, the auto shop gets new equipment. But it's not a hand who works for it. Summers in the lab, solving problems, learning from the best. At MIT, his street-learned skills put him ahead. When he redesigns a battery cooling system using what he learned fixing air conditioners, the lab staff can't believe it. His story goes public, a local kid who helped a stranger, now building cars that change lives. Twist again. The more Jamal succeeds, the more doors open for others. Miguel's shop becomes an apprentice center. High school students get internships. Project Horizon affordable electric cars rolls off the assembly line, and suddenly families like his aren't choosing between groceries and a working car. Maya graduates, helps her mom finish her degree, neighbors get jobs. The effect ripples. Crawford Foundation scholarships spread. A whole generation of Jonathan's legacy scholars rises. Real impact, measured not just in money, but in hope, in second chances, in what people can do when someone believes in them. 5 years after that rainy Tuesday, Jamal walks downtown as lead design engineer, fresh MIT grad, suit that fits, carrying the blueprints for Horizon's second generation. He pauses at the curb where it all started. New plaque reads, "Where kindness meets opportunity." He sees a girl, maybe 16, soaked and shivering, college application ruined by rain. He kneels beside her, asks, "You okay?" Her name's Aaliyah. Missed her nursing interview at Northwestern, dreams crumbling. Within minutes, Jamal calls in a favor. Ellen's still on the board, arranges another interview. Aaliyah gets her chance. As they drive off, Ellen winks from the window, the cycle continuing, kindness turning into opportunity, opportunity turning back into more kindness. That night, Jamal stares at the wall of Crawford Fellows' 47 faces, all from backgrounds like his, now shaping industries, communities, futures. Underneath, a quote, "Kindness is the engineering principle that builds better futures." The neighborhood has changed. More jobs, more graduates, fewer evictions, more hope. It all began with one kid choosing not to look away, with one act of compassion rippling outward in ways no one could have predicted. And that's the thing, you know? You never really know when your ordinary Tuesday is about to become the story that changes everything for you, for your family, for strangers who don't even know your name yet. Every day, the chance for kindness waits right around a rainy corner. Will you notice? Will you act? Because the next person who needs you might be worth $800 million or nothing at all, and it shouldn't make a difference. If you believe in stories like this, share it with someone who needs hope. Tell us in the comments what's your story of everyday heroism, because honestly, the world needs more people who choose to help, no matter what it costs. Your Tuesday is waiting.